Another week, more HYBE versus ADOR updates, but first, we finally heard from some of the artists who were roped into this. NewJeans held a livestream this week to celebrate Minji's birthday. Afterward, fans voiced their concerns that Danielle appeared quieter than usual and worried that all of this is taking a toll on the members. Danielle seemingly noticed and put out a message reassuring that she was really happy being with everyone, that even though her heart has been heavy these days, they are still working hard for their comeback for fans. aespa's Winter was also chatting with fans this week, talking about how her brother said he'd take care of everything when she's struggling, and revealed a recent text she got from her dad saying, quote, "I will crush them all for you, my daughter." The wording he used seemed very similar, if not the same, to Bang Si-hyuk's text to Min Hee-jin about, quote, crushing aespa, leading many to believe that this was a direct reference. But it's also important to note that we can't know that for sure. Since the last video, ADOR has now put out a statement denouncing HYBE for harassing and threatening their employees during their audit process, including interrogating their personnel for over 5 hours, even going past midnight, and following a female employee home to confiscate their belongings unrelated to business. HYBE swiftly fired back, saying the audit time was agreed upon, that it was also agreed upon that a female employee would accompany the ADOR team leader to retrieve her laptop at her home, and then threw a huge accusation at ADOR of embezzlement. It's looking like the next big significant update will be after May 31st, where an interim shareholders meeting is set to take place to discuss the dismissal of Min Hee-jin. Another HYBE subsidiary, Pledis, have also been dealing with criticism this week. From His Nine's CHAEYOUNG was recently live streaming with fans when she mentioned that she wants to promote soon. She wants to do things like change her profile picture to a comeback teaser, asking why they are the only ones that have such long hiatuses. Also saying it's so sad and that they have fans too. For context, it's almost been a year since their last comeback, which I loved by the way. Shortly after this, CHAEYOUNG went back on Weverse to apologize, saying she felt sorry for saying something that might have hurt someone or sounded bad to others. She was worried about fans that were worried about her, and ends it by saying she will speak more carefully from now on. Many then questioned why she would have to apologize for this, with some believing she was probably forced to do so. It's not the only thing Pledis artists are dealing with right now. During 17DK's recent livestream, he revealed he got a phone call which he thought was from fellow member Seungkwan. But when he picked it up, he quickly realized it was a sasaeng. Apparently, there's a new method sasaengs are using with idols now, where they manipulate the caller ID, likely using the other person's phone number as well, to appear as someone they know. IVE's WONYOUNG's safety has also been a concern in the past few days, as she got a threat online specifying the day and time they plan to harm her. STARSHIP has now confirmed that the police are investigating, and additional security protocols have been put in place to protect their artists, including their travel routes, residences, and workplaces. On the topic of safety and privacy, during AMPERS&ONE'S recent livestream, people apparently heard a female's voice saying hello and the name Hwi-hyun being mentioned. This led to rumors of HYUK'S HWISEO, who of course is also an L's up as she placed #1 on Queendom Puzzle, was dating AMPERS&ONE member KAMDEN. The other connection seemed to be that both groups were in Japan for the same event, therefore naturally in the same hotel. HWISEO was also a former trainee at FNC. Well, she said she was questioned so much about this that she wants to clarify. She explained that she was never in their hotel room. When she opened the door of her own room, she saw the guys that she's known for a long time and simply greeted them, which lines up with exactly what was heard in that live stream. Finally, we have a lot of health updates and idols we might not be seeing for a while. Last month, fans were informed that NewJeans HYEIN sustained a microfracture foot injury during practice and would undergo treatment and rehabilitation. However, a decision has now been made that she will need to sit out of their upcoming promotions. She could participate in some activities depending on each unique situation. P1 Harmony's JIUNG also suffered an injury recently, described as a thigh muscle tear, which will seemingly take him out of the group's upcoming international schedules as of right now. Kara's NICOLE was seen being rushed to the hospital while filming a show in China, and it was later reported that she fell and sustained an injury to her chin. Despite this, News, Nicole still returned to the set the next day and continued shooting. This situation has garnered the production even more criticism, as another participant had previously fallen from a height of over 2 meters or over 6 feet. SM has announced that WINWIN will not be participating in WAYV's June comeback, not because of health, but because he'll be filming a drama in China. Just over a month after their debut, Candy Shop's YUINA has now been announced to go on hiatus due to health reasons. However, Brave Entertainment added that a new member will be recruited and the group will continue to promote as 4, which raises some questions. When she returns, will they be 5? Or does this mean they're not expecting her to return for a while or maybe at all? Unfortunately, someone we know won't be returning to their group is ATBO's RAKWON. He's actually been on hiatus since March due to symptoms of anxiety, but it has now been decided that it would be best for him to fully focus on his well-being while ATBO continues as 6. With this, as always, let's get into the positive things in K-pop that we can celebrate this week. BLACKPINK's Lisa made a surprise appearance at the 2024 F1 Miami Grand Prix and became the first K-pop artist to wave the iconic checkered F1 flag. In the meantime, Jennie was also being iconic with her presence at the Met Gala in that incredible royal blue dress, also giving us this unforgettable moment as Stray Kids become the first K-pop group to attend the illustrious Met Gala. The guys are having a crazy week with this, new music, and maybe even unintentional tour spoilers? Now, I'm sure you've heard of the disrespect of the paparazzi there, telling the guys to do things like jump, yelling sarcastic things at them, and even Japanese. Well, fans may have found some of these people, but I won't get into that right now. Outlets like the Rolling Stones have called them out. Jeff Benjamin wrote a piece about it on Billboard, even Cars BM praising Bangchan on how he handled it. Now, we don't know for sure, but Bangchan was either being a good leader and getting the guys away from that situation, or he was being a good leader and getting the members where they needed to be when they needed to be there. Stray Kids or anybody on their side haven't said anything about this, so we'll just focus on the good for now, on them making history, and this iconic photo that I will be having framed. Speaking of idols coming together, just watching Red Velvet Seulgi's adventure in Thailand play out was so heartwarming. She went there to appear at GOT7 Bam Bam's concert, so he took care of her the entire time, having his customized BMW pick her up from the airport, which chauffeured her around the whole time. They performed their duet song Who Are You on stage together for the first time ever. Bam Bam even let her perform her own solo songs at his concert, covered her eyes when he took off his shirt, and treated her to dinner with the entire team afterward. Now, idols I didn't expect to see together was Zico and virtual group PLAYV. Fans are so curious and want to see the behind the scenes of this filming. It's so interesting to see the guy who arguably started the whole dance challenge craze in the K-pop industry doing it with PLAYV, innovating the game once again. We've since seen other idols like Boy Next Door dance with PLAYV as well. We've had huge releases this week, including EXO's Dio, Card BM's new song featuring his idol and inspiration Jay Park, the debut of Ascent, B2B Sungjae's new solo single, Artemis's 4th premiere single, Triple S's first full album with all 24 members, and of course BTS's RM's pre-release from his upcoming album. Music show wins this week include Lee Chan-won on Music Core, Mamamoo Solar taking her solo win on the show, 17 dominated with a win on Show Champion, M Countdown, and Music Bank, and IOLIT took another one home on Inkigayo, making it a triple crown. IOLIT also continued their success, now debuting on the Billboard 200 with their debut album. Also congrats to singer Anda, who announced she was actually pregnant last year and had also gotten married. However, she reassures fans that this is only the next phase of her life as a mother, wife, and singer. Finally, I wanted to end on this. Billy recently held their first FanCon, where we saw ASTRO attend in support of the girls, and especially Moon Soo-ah, who just returned from her hiatus. It was then revealed that on Children's Day in Korea, not only did ASTRO treat their own parents to dinner, but Soo-ah as well, tagging Moonbin in the family photo. Definitely add anything I didn't get to mention from this week in K-pop to the pinned comment below. I'll see you next Friday.